Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of DNA Crows. I am Andrew, your host of the Comic Crow. And today I'm just jumping back into reading the news, catching up on some things I missed. I was busy dealing with a move. So I fell behind on a couple things. I turned on Bounding into Comics, and they have so much on here from just like 2 days that I have no clue how I'm going to catch up. But I figured it'd be fun if we went over it together, because the first story is... this is just so dumb. And it actually reminds me a lot of the people pushing Peter Parker, Spider-Man, to be bi in the comics, and they want him to be in a relationship with the really fat kid in the movies, Ned. I don't get it. I don't understand why they don't just like the characters. And I don't understand it. They don't understand why people get offended by it. The only thing I could say is take a really popular... Jack Harkness from Torchwood and Doctor Who, when David Tennant was playing the Doctor. The dude is into everything, right? If I turned around and said, well, wouldn't his character just be better if he was straight? Straight Jack Harkness? First off, none of you would know what I'm talking about because you don't watch good television. Second, I think that they would understand it's really offensive to try to change a character's sexual orientation. But beyond all that, that's Peter Parker, right? Why are we dealing with this with All Might? I don't think he shows any sexual attraction to anything, right? You'd be closer to saying All Might is asexual versus being bi or gay or even straight. Like, he's a superhero. That's who he is. I'd love to see a day where All Might actually has a relationship, but understand it would not affect the My Hero Academia story at all for me, period. So I saw this story by Bounding into Comics. I believe Yellow Flash did a video on it as well. But I kind of wanted to read through this because they do have some tweets, and I think the tweets that they've shown are pretty important to the story. But let's go ahead and begin. My Hero Academia readers falsely claim All Might is bisexual, circulate proven mistranslation as evidence. A group of My Hero Academia readers recently alleged that All Might, the former symbol of peace from My Hero Academia, was canonically bisexual and circulated a known and proven mistranslation of a manga panel and interview as evidence. Discourse surrounding All Might began as Twitter user Shifakato? Oh, okay, that's your name. Shifakato loudly exclaimed on an October 19 tweet by All Might repeatedly and presented a panel from the My Hero Academia manga, which shows All Might explicitly stating that he and Sir Night-Eye, his former sidekick, broke up, and an unsourced interview in which author Kohei Horikoshi claims that he felt the need to address the need to address the fact that All Might likes boys and girls. Again, these are both false, and if you read through some of these tweets that get shared, you can see people are just spamming the same thing. They're just jumping on top of it. But then you get people coming in and explaining exactly what it is. It's a simple translation. Apparently, it's been going around for 2 years. People are quick to make that correction. And one person put, by All Might is fake. It's actually an intentional mistranslation made by a scanlator who ships All Might and Night-Eye. Which, I mean, I have no clue if that's true or not. It wouldn't surprise me, because I do know people take their ships pretty seriously, and if you have a fan doing their own scans of a manga, I mean, they shouldn't, but, like, we've seen official licensing dub studios change lines. You think some dude doing this stuff for free wouldn't do that himself, or just mistranslate something incredibly terribly? I don't know. I don't think that's too important to the story, though. Whether or not it was intentional or not, you can see it kind of set a couple people off. And not just the people trying to say, like, hey, look at this. When I say set people off, I mean, like, get them to actually go out there and try to disprove this person. But then you have the people who are part of the LGBTQ community who jumped in too. And I think that this is probably the most important thing. There's quite literally nothing worse than that All Might is bi mistranslation getting spread around every year and making LGBT... I suck at this. LGBT plus people. You forgot the Q. This person is a bigot. He forgot the Q. Or she. She forgot the Q in LGBTQ+, and I'm pretty sure we now include IA too. So, Mr. Mirideku, that is bigoted hate speech right there. That is not all-inclusive. But people, they're upset because they're saying, look, you come out with this fake thing, you tell everybody, hey, this really popular character is bi, and then you get everybody in that community all upset because they want it to be true. Now, a couple things I'll say to that. If you like the character, it shouldn't matter what their sexual orientation is. If you're looking for representation based on sexual orientation, maybe that should be the focus of that character. I don't see how, let's say Wolverine came out as gay tomorrow. I don't see how that does anything for that community. It seems like all you're doing is forced pandering. And I think they kind of get it, but at the same time, they all seem really upset by the fact that it's a fake rumor that keeps going around and getting their hopes up. This next person, oh, look, a mistranslation and a fake interview quote. Always check your sources before believing what you see online. This is so true, and it's true for everything. It took me like 30 seconds in Google to find out this is fake. And I'm by the way. So yeah, it bothers me that you make us think we got some representation just to get a few retweets. I mean, that's kind of the case. Like, the thing is, though, I like when you say that you make you think that you have representation and everything. There is plenty of representation of LGBTQ characters in media, LGBTQIA plus characters in media. What I don't understand, though, and maybe I'm just really confused here. In terms of demographics, I think the representation in media is actually kind of overabundant. Now, maybe that's not the case with anime, though I know many characters in anime that are... I know many characters in anime that are way closer to the idea of being gender fluid than whatever the hell this person is doing. Yeah. But the representation is out there. I think the problem is a lot of those characters don't tend to be very popular with the masses, so instead... I'm not trying to put words into this person's mouth. Maybe it's just my interpretation here. There are plenty of those characters already. It seems like what they actually mean is they want, like, Superman to come out as gay or some type of thing. That way he can be part of the club and they can have a really big name character. I think that's wrong. I think that you should try to just make a great character. I made the joke earlier that nobody knows who Jack Harkness is. But if you actually want to look up Torchwood and everything, yeah, it's a little goofy, and it's very old in terms of like the special effects, but it's a damn good show, and he is a damn good lead in that show, and the dude has plenty of relationships with everything, It's very possible to make those characters. It's very possible for people to like those characters and those characters to be possible. And if that's what you want, that would be actual representation in media. I think it'd be really cynical and really disgusting to take All Might or to take Spider-Man or to take Batman or Superman, whoever else is either straight or just has no inclination of ever being sexually attracted to the same sex, and then making them that way, making them gay, making them bi, all because you want to be diverse. Like, that's forced, It's not real. And that's kind of like what I get when I read these things about All Might and Spider-Man. Why I thought this article was pretty important. I don't want to go through the rest of it. There's still a little bit more here. There's more tweets you can see. I'll put the link in the description because I think you should check this article out. But I don't know. I have no clue why this is so important for people. Being Arab and being mixed race, like there are not that many characters in media. Like there's Aladdin. There's Aladdin. So for me, I've always been able to relate to characters regardless of, race or sexual orientation. It just doesn't matter to me. As far as I know, Peter Parker's Jewish and, I'm from Palestinian descent. Don't matter to me. It doesn't mean anything to me. The fact of the matter is the story of a struggling kid from really humble beginnings, just trying to do the right thing. You have All Might here, who's just the embodiment of being a hero. Their sexual orientation doesn't mean shit to me. I don't know why it means so much to everybody else. Like, if it's already established, stop trying to change it. And if it's not established or mentioned in any way, stop trying to spread fake images throughout the fandom, because at the end of the day, all you're really going to do is upset people. I don't know. Make your own thoughts on this one, guys. It's weird. I don't know why this is so important that they have to keep changing the identity of characters for this sort of thing. But oh well. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please let me know what you think, because this is a weird one. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.